Hey there, Aquarius. Welcome to your reading for the week of June 16th. You have this love card. It says, love is the greatest of successes on the path to prosperity. Who can it says, who can fully experience abundance without it? You have a self-care card. It says, if you want to live like royalty, start by treating yourself like royalty. Yeah, I definitely feel it's a good time to act as if, like, we are just in it, energetically, it is an amazing time to, be in the energy of acting as if you already are something or already have something. I'm a big fan of that for everyone. So I think acting as if could be very helpful. You have the Ten of Pentacles, the Queen of Swords, and the Four of Wands. Ten of Pentacles is like everything you want and desire in your life. So a lot of you could have like a vision of like what you want out of life with that Ten of Pentacles. We do have the Tower here, but I wouldn't really worry about the Tower, especially because we also have the Chariot. The Tower to the Chariot can just be a move. So some of you might be thinking of moving or traveling or something like that. But you have this Ten of Pentacles. Like I said, Ten of Pentacles is everything you want and desire in your life. And so I think that getting clear on what you want and then matching the energy, like that card says, if you want to live like royalty, start by treating yourself like royalty. Self-care, acting as if, being in the energy of what you want, acting as if you already have it. All that stuff would be very good. Now, one thing I will say is that we go Ten of Pentacles, Tower to the Hierophant. Ten of Pentacles can represent hidden or secret information. There's like two ways to read it. Number one is that this older gentleman here on the card represents like the patriarch of the family. And, that's why the card itself can represent like an inheritance or receiving an inheritance. The other way to read it is that he is a beggar and he's coming and he's bringing this family a gift because they have just had a baby. And, it kind of represents receiving something from an unlikely source. He's a person who has nothing to give, who is coming and giving something to this family. And with the Tower, the Tower can represent shocking information. The Hierophant can represent outside-the-box thinking. So, I don't know, just putting all the pieces of the puzzle together here, I feel like some of you, there could be some information that is coming from an unlikely source that could benefit you greatly. But, the Tower, again, can sometimes be like a new reality, or it can say that you have to accept a new reality to see this information. And I would just be open to it. You have the Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords, again, is about seeing things clearly for the first time. She has clouds only halfway up her body here, and she is seeing her future clearly for the first time. So a lot of you could be getting clarity on the future, or you could be seeing things more clearly about your future here with the Queen of Swords, which is good. I also feel that some of you, it's like she is open to the Tower. The Tower does not have to be a bad thing. And sometimes we can be the ones that are creating a Tower moment for ourselves. Like, we could be deciding that something in life isn't worth it anymore. Or we could be deciding that we no longer need something in life anymore. And so we could be choosing to have a Tower moment. And, that's kind of what this looks like to me, is that some of you could be choosing to walk away or to move away from something that no longer serves you. And you could just be choosing to move in a new direction. You have the Four Wands. Four Wands, of course, can represent marriage. So if you are looking for love, there's a lot of love actually in this reading. You have the Love card, you have the Hierophant, you have the Knight of Cups. So there definitely could be a strong connection coming in for you if you want love. With the Tower and the Chariot going this way, the Four Wands can also represent freedom. The Four Wands is like a finish line card. There's this finish line right here. These people are celebrating on the other side of that card. So the Four Wands can, come up when we need to set ourselves free from something and kind of get to the other side. So I'm wondering if you are just setting yourself free from something. Again, the Tower does not have to be a bad card. And again, I always tell people one card does not make the reading. So people love to tell me like, oh my God, it's such a bad reading. The Tower showed up. And it's like, yeah, but every other card here is positive. For the most part. So, one card is not going to ruin a reading. And, there you go. With the Ten of Pentacles, you have the Queen of Cups. Yeah, definitely time to follow your heart. I think all fixed signs are being encouraged to move towards their heart. The challenge for fixed signs is like your heart is telling you to do something and your mind is telling you to do something differently. And the problem with that is that like what your mind is telling you to do might make more logical sense, and what your heart might be telling you to do might not make logical sense. But we're not in a very logical time. So we really have to make sure that we are focusing on our own fulfillment and that we're doing things that our heart wants us to do. And yeah, that's what I would do there. With the Queen of Swords, you have the Page of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles could be some news. So, if you've been trying to make a decision, that's kind of what this looks like to me here, Aquarius, is that maybe you've been trying to make a decision or a choice in your life. And the Queen of Swords to that Tower, it's like there could be news that helps you make a decision, right? Because the Chariot, he is leaving the city behind him behind. And he's moving in a new direction. So again, this could be like an important decision that you've been trying to make for a long time, but maybe now you're like finally getting the information, or you're getting the news that makes a decision much easier to make. There you go. Yes, with the Four of Wands, you have the Page of Swords. Again, that would kind of similar, because Page of Swords is a card of curiosity. This can say that you've done your research on something and now you have the answers you need to be able to move forward or to be able to make a choice. So, I don't know. It just kind of looks to me like you're making a choice or a decision to either move away from something or to move... Well, I mean, obviously if you're moving away from something, you probably are moving towards something else. But, that's kind of what I get here. Next, in the area of what's coming in for you, you have the Soul Family card. It says, prepare to meet those who share a similar frequency level as you. You have the Spirit World card. It says, your spirit guides are sending you helpful people and opportunities your way. Yes, definitely. So there could be like some guidance in the form of people. People could be showing you what to do or helping guide you towards what you should be doing. And, I would be trusting those, the people who lift you up, the people who guide you in the right direction, the people that come from a position of love. Those are the people that I would be, moving with, basically. You have the Hermit, the Tower, and the Five of Cups. The Hermit can say that you've been in hermit mode. You haven't been, putting yourself out there very much. We are in a time where we definitely all, need to put ourselves out there more. So, yeah, it's definitely not, I don't think it's a bad time for introverts, but I definitely think that it could be a time of personal growth for introverts because, if you are an introvert, you're being, everything about the energy is asking you to be more open or whatever you want to call it. And so, I don't know, you could be putting yourself out there more and you could be shining your light more. We all have something to share. And the Hermit, he has learned something with that inner light right there in his lantern. He has learned something through the dark night of the soul that he's been through, and he could share that in any one of a billion different ways. So, I think that it's time to share the things you've learned. You have the Tower. I really don't feel much here other than you are making a decision with that Chariot, and you are probably making a decision to leave something behind with the Chariot and to move in a new direction. This could be you deciding to quit your job, could be you deciding to move, it could be you deciding to go to a different gym. I don't care what it is, you're just making a change, is what this looks like to me. The Tower can be a shock to the system. It can be seeing reality for what it is. I do think that if you are making a change this week, which it looks like to me you definitely are, that it's probably because of some sort of truth that, or, maybe not truth, it's like information, which, that could be truth that is coming out, but you could also just you could finally have enough information to make a decision and to make your move with that Chariot. You have the Five of Cups. Five of Cups is like regrets or sadness. I feel like some of you are wondering if you would regret leaving something behind, but the whole point of the Five of Cups is that he has lost his taste for wine. He no longer enjoys what's in these three cups. And so if someone were to offer him wine, again, he wouldn't even accept it in his life because he's lost his taste for wine. And he needs to turn around and see these two cups, and then he gets this bridge and this castle. It's like, there's something that he will be so much more grateful for right here if he decides to turn around and see it. And, that's basically what he needs to do. With the Hermit, you have the Seven of Cups. Yeah, Seven of Cups is indecision. I think you get the Seven of Cups with me a lot, Aquarius. And I'm always saying to you that you need to decide to bring this dream down to earth, right? The Seven of Cups, he's dreaming of something in the clouds. He's seeing all the good things and bad things that could happen if he were to bring that dream down to earth. But, the secret of the card is that really he has no clue what's going to happen unless he brings it down to earth. He needs to stop just thinking about something, and he needs to see what will happen if he brings a dream down to earth. And that's what I feel for you. With the Tower, you have the Four of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles is something that you've held on to too tightly. So you definitely could be releasing something that you are realizing you've been holding on to for too long. I think it's interesting that he has a city behind him, and he also has a city behind him. But they are both doing totally different things. This guy is holding on to the city, or where he has come from. This guy is deciding to let go of where he has come from. And he knows that to live his best life, he needs to get out into the world and go have new experiences. And he also needs to find a place of alignment as well. The whole point of the Chariot is that he is in perfect alignment with what he wants. And we'll talk about that in a second. Here you go. This changes the whole entire reading. With the Five of Cups, you have the Judgment card. Tower and Judgment is the most powerful combination in the tarot. Totally changes the meaning of the Tower because, these two cards together represents a major wake-up call or a major revelation. I kind of was going in this direction anyway, because I said that you were getting some sort of information or news from that Page of Pentacles, and this is basically the same thing. So I think you are getting either a lot of clarity or a lot of news from something, or you're having a major revelation or a major wake-up call. This could be a big shocking change coming in for you. So, pretty good. Next, in the area of messages from your future self, you have this Husband and Marriage card. You have this Witch. It says Magic and Curse on it. If you want love, definitely could be love. You have the Hierophant, which can be marriage. So if you want marriage, you could be, this doesn't say you have to get married right now, but you could be meeting a person that you will marry in the future. This could also be your commitment to something new, because we have the Chariot. You have the Chariot, Temperance card, and the Hierophant. The Chariot is leaving the city behind him behind. Again, he represents alignment. He has these stars right here, these moons right here, represents as above, so below. And these sphinxes in front of him are not attached to the Chariot because he is in alignment with what he wants. So he is trusting that those sphinxes, which represent the mysteries of the universe, are going to bring him in the right direction because he is in energetic alignment. So I feel a lot of you, it's this is about being in alignment with what you want, clearly, and cutting out the crap with the Tower. But you have the Tower and the Judgment card. So it's you are clearly having some sort of, sudden revelation this week that is getting you to move, which is good. I think this is very good. It could be very sudden. You could all of a sudden be making a change. You could all of a sudden, be moving in a new direction in your life or really taking control over something in your life. But, obviously that would be a good thing. I think this is something you've been thinking about for a long time, Aquarius, because of the Temperance card. I'm pretty sure I say this to you a lot that, because again, I'm pretty sure you get the Temperance card a lot with me. I like the Temperance card, but the problem with the Temperance card is that sometimes I feel that the Temperance angel is trying to perfect their situation before they go and claim their crown. But the card itself says no, you just need to go claim your crown. There's nothing more for you to perfect. So, I kind of feel like it's time to make your move here. You have the Hierophant. The Hierophant can represent blessings coming in for you. He's blessing these two people in front of him here on this card. I think that the trick for you, Aquarius, is going to be outside the box thinking. The Hierophant can absolutely represent outside the box thinking and non-traditional thinking. And so, but that's what's popping into my head. If you're trying to accomplish something or do something, don't be afraid to think outside the box. Don't be afraid to do things in a different way. The other thing is that I think some of you could be discovering some truths in life right now that are helping make this choice with the Chariot. With the Chariot, you have the Hangman. Yes, this fits in very well with the Judgment card and the Tower. The Hangman, he is looking at things from a new perspective. So it's maybe because you have gained a new perspective on what you're doing in life, you're able to make a different decision or choice. And, that's kind of what I feel here for you, Aquarius, is that you are seeing things from a different perspective, and that's why you are making different choices or, doing things in a different way. And that's basically what I would do with that Hangman energy. With the Temperance card, you have the Six of Wands. Yeah, go claim that crown here, Aquarius. The Six of Wands is a card of a victory or a big success coming in for you. And, again, there could be some sort of crown for you to claim. And this could be something that, will be a victory for you. So I would go for it. With the Hierophant, you have the Five of Swords. Yes, again, you could be, it's like this is going against something here. This is not bad, Aquarius, but, it's like, I think that over the next 20 years, this is going to happen to a lot of people. Just so you know, right? We have Neptune in Aries, obviously. And Neptune in Aries is going to be like the hive mind. My warning to people with Neptune in Aries is to not fall for the hive mind. We will see like new cults start during Neptune in Aries because people are going to be looking for a savior. The problem with that is that they're going to try to convince us that robots are going to save us, that AI is going to save us. I don't know. Not a world that I want to live in. I think some great things will come from AI, but I also don't want a robot up my ass 24/7 tracking every little thing that I do. Have you ever seen the movie Minority Report? If you haven't, watch it because, hopefully that doesn't happen. And so what I would say here is that, a lot of people are going to have these moments where they have to decide that they go against some sort of belief system or some sort of groupthink idea. And, doing that will make your life better. Take the risk to do it, right? Next, in the area of the good stuff, you have this Sacred Reverence card, and you also have this beautiful Uncaging card, which is great. Definitely some good things coming in for you. This could be you opening up your heart. Again, I said at the beginning of the reading with the Queen of Cups that it is time for fixed signs to follow their heart. That's like the only thing that you really need to focus on. And the Sacred Reverence card basically says you just have to value what your heart is telling you to do. That's it. You have the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups could be a knight in shining armor coming in for you. So for those of you that want love, it is an amazing time for love. Every single reading, pretty much every single sign has had stuff about love coming in. And so I think it is a great time for people to attract love and to get the love that they desire. And, that's really it. So if you want love, definitely available to you. And, I would go and get it. Put yourself out there. You have the Sun. The Sun, of course, is the best card in the deck. It makes the whole entire reading more positive. So there definitely could be a very solid connection coming in for you if you want love that makes you very happy. Even outside of love, of course, the Sun just says that the sun is shining on you. There could be a lot more happiness. I kind of do feel that. It's kind of funny because I think I recently said this to Leo as well, that, just like, I don't think life is perfect for you necessarily, but it just seems to me like things are just a little bit more kind of like going your way, if that makes sense. And so, again, I think this is just a nice energy. Next, you have the Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles says, is the juice worth the squeeze? He's looking at the Seven Pentacles that he's grown here, and he's saying, is it worth it or not to keep growing those pentacles? And so a lot of you could just be looking at things that you put your time, effort, attention, energy into, and you could be saying, is it worth it or not? And that's it. And you could be deciding that some things are worth it and some things are not worth it. Yes, and with the Knight of Cups, you have the Seven of Pentacles. This could be you making decisions about love. Like maybe some of you are saying that you don't want love, and maybe some of you are saying that you do. It's going to be different for all of you, but, definitely could be you attracting love. With the Sun, you have the Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords is very good with the Sun. The Sun is like a spotlight in a reading. It shines a light on something we need to pay attention to. In this case, it could be your happiness. And the Queen of Swords just says that you are now clear on what makes you happy, or you are clear on the things that will bring happiness into your life. And those are the directions I would be moving in here, Aquarius. With the Seven of Pentacles, you have the Fool. I think it's time for you to take a leap of faith. This is very obvious to me for Aquarius, the Fool card, the Fool energy, because I do think that it is time for Aquarius to make bigger moves in life. Especially with Pluto in your sign, it's your time to shine with Pluto in your sign, and I would just make big moves at this time. You have this pin card. It says new job, new career. So if you are looking for a new job or career, definitely that could be the big change that you're creating here. So, that looks pretty good. You have this barrel. It says you feel something in your life is lacking, perhaps love, money, or goals. Yeah, I think that a lot of you could be filling in some sort of gap here. It could be any of those things. It could be something totally different. But if something is missing, I think now is the time to like get it, whatever it is. You have this grasshopper card. It says situation in the balance that requires careful handling. I don't know. I think you're past this. Again, Tower, Judgment. This could be a big decision that you're making. I always say with the Tower that sometimes people, Tower and Hierophant and the Five of Swords, this could be something that people do not agree with. But your job is to do it anyway. Your job is, especially right now with like Pluto on your sign and everything. And like I said, with Neptune and Aries, I think it's super important that we make our own decisions. The people that allow other people to make decisions for them are going to struggle. Mark my words, it is going to happen. The people that think the government or the aliens or some person is going to save us over the next 20 years, those people are going to struggle. The people that decide to take control of their own lives and make things happen for themselves are going to be very successful. So, I don't know, the choice is yours. You have this Lily card. It says spiritual love. Yes, if you're attracting love in your life, there definitely could be a very spiritual connection here. It looks very good. You have this harp. It says great happiness. Yes, we see this with the sun, so there definitely could be a lot more happiness. But this looks really good here, Aquarius. So thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your week.